Okay, moving on to question 6. So you've got this diagram up here with 2 points marked A and B, and they're joined up. And you're told the line AB is drawn on the 1 centimetre grid above. What that means is that each kind of gap, so between 2 and 2, that's 1 centimetre there, 1 centimetre there, 1 centimetre. So you can sort of measure this and count centimetres effectively on this grid. Write down the coordinates of A. So we're going to be very help with this. This is video 84 on Corporate Maths. And when you're doing coordinates, you do X first and then Y. So on the x-axis that lines up with 3, on the y-axis it lines up with 4. So the coordinates of point A is just 3, 4. Should be dead easy though. Point C is the midpoint of AB. Now the midpoint just means halfway along AB. Right? Mark the position of the point C on the grid. Now the best way to do this is, in my opinion, to count squares going across and up and down and stuff like that. So almost think about this as a right angle triangle like that. If we go across to get from B to A, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares up. So 8 squares going that way, and then 6 squares going that way. Which means that if I want the middle of that, I'll just go 4 squares that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 squares up, 1, 2, 3, so it's there. Okay, so mark the position of the point C on the grid. So there is my midpoint, that's point C, point minus 1, 1. Okay, so 8 that way, 6 that way to get from B to A, so we want halfway. I've got 4 that way, 3 that way, that gives me C there. Part B, the line BD is parallel to the y-axis. Now this means that if B is there, I've got a point D which will create a line from B to D that's parallel to this one. Well, if the y-axis is going that way, it means that D must be on that line somewhere, so that when we draw that line in, it will be parallel to the y-axis, so it's obvious somewhere. And then it also says the triangle ABD is a right angle triangle. So I need to put a point on this line, call it D, that will then create a right angle triangle with this. So hopefully you should be able to see there, well, it's going to have to be there to form a right angle that will join up with A and B like that. Should really be drawing that with a ruler. That's where it is. So mark the position of point D on the grid. We've done that. That's there. And write down the length of AD. Well, AD is the distance from there to there. I've actually counted this already, but let's just do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centimetres. AD is 8 centimetres. Okay. So looking at the mark scheme for this, question 6. Again, this is all B marks, meaning they're independent. There's no working out needed for any of them, but you just have to get them right. Okay, there's no leeway. So A1 is 3, 4, 3, 4 there. Notice if you wrote 4, 3, because it is a B mark, you wouldn't get the method marks for that and saying, well, I knew it was 3, I knew it was 4, or anything like that. You would just get wrong. It would be wrong. It has to be 3, 4. Okay. C marked at minus 1, 1. Minus 1, 1 is there. We've got that one right. Mark the point D on the grid. D marked at minus 5, 4. Minus 5, 4. That's there. That one's right. And 8 centimetres. That's right as well. Okay. So that is all of question 6 done.